Evan Neal. Evan Neal is officially a guard, they're saying now. So Paul Schwartz of the NFL Post was confirming this, that this is a done deal. He's officially a guard. He's going to be a guard now officially this year. Sean O'Hara, obviously longtime center for the New York Giants, came out and said, I think it's probably the right move. I think last year was a year for him to either prove you can play tackle or you're going to have to try to play something else. Knowing the type of kid he is, I think he's going to attack it head on, and he's always had a positive attitude. Now he's just got to put it all together. He's got all the tools. Sean, did he forget what he said? Call the fans fickle and all, but you know, making burgers. I mean, like, is that really positive attitude? Like, and I'm not trying to like knock on him because he, knocked the fans. Like, that's not a, like me going back at him because he said this about fans, so I have to go back at him now kind of situation. That's not it. Like, let's listen to what he said about the fans. He said, the person that's commenting on my performance, what does he do? Flip hot dogs and hamburgers somewhere? Most critics really don't understand the game of football to the level that we understand it in this building. So why would a lion concern himself with the opinion of a sheep? I'm just going to focus on Evan and getting better. I honestly do not care what anybody has to say about Evan Neal, because they're going to talk anyway. At the end of the day, I put a lot of good things on film, but people are going to and find the bad reps, and that's what they're going to highlight. That's what they're going to put out there. I can't control that. So why would I care? And how can you say that you're really a fan when you're out there when we're out there battling our asses off and the game wasn't going well, but the best you can do is boo your home team? So how much of a fan are you really? That's what he said, guys. Positive attitude. You think that's the first time he said something like that? Maybe the first time a microphone was around. He also called the fans bandwagoners and fair weather fans, by the way, guys. I'm just saying. You make those kind of comments. There is no way I can call you a positive attitude guy and a level headed guy. Now, am I going to say he's a horrible person because he said, no, first off, again, he's young as hell. We all did stupid things in our early 20s. He's also a guy who's dealing with a lot of pressure. He's probably very disappointed in the way he's played and the way he's had his career so far. I'm not going to condemn the man to say that he's a POS or something here. Like, that's not where I'm at. But I think it's a little extreme to say he's had a positive attitude the entire time. Like, that's clearly not the case. But Giants haven't done right by him either, guys. Let's be honest. Like, I know there was the talk of him moving to guard, a year or two ago, and he kind of turned it down and didn't want to do it. And then it, became a whole thing where he said that he came out the womb a tackle and all that kind of stuff. Like, no, first off, the Giants should have never let that happen. The Giants should have taken control of the situation and said point blank, he's a tackle, he's a guard. That's what they should have done. Now, the Giants also, by a lot of accounts, and again, I don't have firsthand knowledge because there's HIPAA laws and all this kind of stuff. There's a lot of things that have been said about how they didn't handle his injury correctly. And that's why he's been injured for so long. I mean, hell, he was still on a bike for half a training camp last year. So he's put up with a lot with this franchise. I don't doubt he's putting the work in. I just do doubt when they say he's always had a positive attitude. When I see the comments like what he said there about us flipping burgers and being fair weather fans and all that kind of stuff, that tells me that he is a weak-minded person. To a certain degree, at least, a weak-minded person. And I'm hoping the success that he's been looking for, he finds this year as a guard. Listen, he's a Giant. I will root for this kid as long as he's a Giant. The second he's not a Giant, I don't know. But as long as he's a Giant, I will root for him. But I can't say I'm holding out hope for huge success. Now, again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think moving him to a guard is a great thing because his biggest issue he had was setting the edge as a tackle. People got around him. You got help on either side when you're in the guard position. He's also a mauler as a run blocker. He had a great year as a run blocker last year. It was the pass blocking he still sucked at. So, again, I think a move to guard is good. I wouldn't even be shocked if he takes a starting guard job. But there's nothing to say that, Greg Van Roten is an automatic lock to be in right guard right now. I would not be shocked at all if the Giants would prefer Evan Neal to be the starting right guard, just to prove the point that they made the right draft pick. They just had him at the wrong position, but they figured it out. They worked their tail off. They figured it out. They developed him. Teams do that kind of crap all the time. Plus, there's the whole JMS debacle, which is, somebody, again, that they drafted as well. But, Greg Van Roten could easily step in at center and spell JMS at that point. So, all these things are definitely possible. We'll have to see what happens with Evan Neal overall there.
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the Goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.